How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So, if you couldn't tell by the shirt, got some Godzilla news. I know it's been a very long time since I've talked about the big G-Man, but I'm a huge fan. The recent legendary Monsterverse, what they're calling it. Godzilla, King Kong, all that stuff. Big fan. Loved the G-Man since I was a kid. And got some news, involving the Monsterverse, and pretty much confirms that Toho is still on board. And again, for those that don't know, Toho is, the owners of Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, etc. All those monsters. Like, anytime a movie or video game, anything like that is made, each individual character has to be licensed. So, hey, shout out to Toho, pretty smart with like money, right? Marketing and all that. But anyways, yeah, the Monsterverse is continuing. They're getting a TV show. Interesting. It's live action too, so that has me genuinely excited. But I guess the one thing that a lot of, G fans like myself were thrown aback by is that it's an Apple TV Plus exclusive. So I guess I'm getting Apple TV. Just getting that free trial, right? Just watch the first season or whatever they do, and then cancel that baby. But yeah, we're getting an Apple TV show based on the Monsterverse. Toho is involved, just like Legendary. They got all sorts of producers and that sort of thing. And yeah, they have two people from Toho overseeing, from their side. So that pretty much confirms that there's Godzilla and everything will remain in the Monsterverse, Mothra, everybody else. So hey, I'm pumped. I mean, really, it was built off of them. Obviously, Godzilla 2014 is what kicked it off. So without them, it would be interesting. You could, of course, they could do it without them. In Godzilla King of the Monsters, they established all the original, we'll call them legendary monsters, right? Legendary pictures, where you had creatures like Behemoth. He was really cool, right? The big woolly mammoth with the giant tusk. Or, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, it's like SCY, like Skila. But it's like that big crab one, kind of squid, aquatic one. I would like to see them come back. That big Muto, there was a third one. Because, of course, in 2014, the two Mutos, the male and female, were killed. But it's interesting to see we have another Muto, I guess a Muto Prime, because this one's huge. And yeah, it would just be... I guess I'm excited for the potential of what this could be. Being live action, it makes you wonder. They have to put a lot of money into this, don't you think? This has to be on a Game of Thrones level, right? Putting millions of dollars into it, because obviously some CW, The Flash, or those garbage DC shows, that ain't gonna fly, If you're gonna put the G-Man in there, or Kong, whoever you choose, they gotta look good, And look, don't get me wrong. Just movies in general, or entertainment, I prefer practical effects, right? It looks more realistic. But obviously, when you're dealing with, skyscraper tall monsters, that's not realistic. So you have to use CGI. But again, in Godzilla versus Kong, for example, it looked really good. I think Kong's fur, Godzilla, when he's wet, his reptilian skin, it all looked really good. So I would hope that Legendary, Toho, Apple, whoever's funding this, that it gets the proper backing it deserves, and that the king god gets the respect he deserves. But yeah, I guess that's really it. They just announced that it's coming. No release date or anything like that, just that it's happening. And then, of course, also specific to Skull Island on Netflix, they're having... I've seen anime series, but I'm not sure if that's just animated, or anime, like in a Japanese art style. But there's a Skull Island show too coming as well on Netflix, and then we have this live action, we'll call it Monsterverse, show. So I'm in. Hey, Apple, you got me. I'll check it out when it eventually comes out. Story synopsis, though, I believe so far all we know is that it'll revolve around the family. I mean, that's the annoying thing about these sort of things. It always has to revolve around human characters when it's like, we're here for the monsters, right? But I get it, you got to do it for casual audiences, right? They got to have that, connection, that relatability. And yeah, it's like a family that they're going to explore their ties to monarchs. So I'm assuming it's something like I don't know, maybe they're related to like the founder, wasn't it the guy in Kong Skull Island, right? The guy that got killed, I believe. Maybe they're related to him. We'll see. Hopefully, what I'd like is that the show explores maybe more of the history of the Titans, right, as they're called in the Monsterverse. I'd like to see them explore the history. Maybe we learn more about like Godzilla's ancestors, like Dagon. He was like the bones in 2014 that was like bigger than the G-Man, and it's like it'd be cool to see that or learn more about the Kong, right? Like the apes and all that. Or hey, introduce new Toho monsters. I mean, hey, look, I'm all for Gigan, Hedorah. I mean, Ibira, and I say him because I know he's like not like the most fan requested, but. Like, look, don't get me wrong. I want to see Biolante, Destroya. But I think those are more like in an MCU style, right? Like, those are more for the films to introduce. And, I mean, hey, maybe they lay the groundworks. We'll see. Because as far as I know, it's not like a prequel or anything. So you would... Either it's happening at the same time as, like, all that happened, or it's a continuation. But... yeah, that's really all we have. Apple was making a show. I'm excited to see it. What do you guys think? I mean, are you going to check it out? Like I said, I'm willing to give Apple TV a try just to see it. And hey, when the trailer comes out, maybe we'll come back on here and give our thoughts. But yeah, guys, that's really it. Just a quick little video. Just, Godzilla news. And I know it's been a while. Early on in the channel, I did a lot more with Godzilla. But hey, still love him. And, gonna be covering him as, new films, shows, whatever come out. But yeah, that's really it, guys. If you like this kind of type of content, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And, as always, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care.